Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. Alright, what I have for you today is I'm going to show you how I am growing my tomatoes and my cucumbers vertically up a fence. So let's get a little side view here. Now this is the ground level. I built up, you can see here, it's like a wood wall. This is about 3 feet, and then above that is a fence. I built another fence above that, about 3 feet. So we have about 6 feet to here. Now I wanted to grow the plants up vertically. I got the snap peas, you can see over here. On the left, a cucumber. Here I have tomatoes, 2 different types of tomatoes. So it's only mid-April and these things are getting really big. So you can see here they're about 9 feet to that level to the top. So let me just kind of show you how I'm doing this. As they grow, you want to train them to go into the mesh. I'll show you the mesh. Okay, if you look up close, this is the wire mesh I recommend. Very strong. It's 6x6 squares, and this is made for concrete. When they pour like slabs of concrete, they put this in the concrete. So you can just get this at a construction store. So I kind of intertwined as these little things are growing, my snap peas. You kind of just guide them through, and eventually once they get so high up there, now I'm just maxed out. Now what I added to this, since they were already tall, so my mesh is only 4 feet tall this way, so I decided to add an extension on. These extensions, you can see those green things here, and then I'll tell you where you can get these. But these ones are about 4 feet long, but you can get them different sizes, like 3 feet, 2 feet. And they're nice because they're green. They just kind of blend in to the landscaping. So I tied them off with this string, but I have something better I'm going to show you. I was just in a hurry, so I just used this string, but it's kind of hard to tie. I have this other special tie wire. And then I nailed these on with these clips, you can see. The nail, you want to make sure you got pretty heavy-duty clips, whatever you're attaching to, because if you got a lot of weight of vegetables, especially tomatoes and cucumbers, you're going to want this support. So definitely invest in some good connectors. If you have a masonry wall, you're going to get some masonry anchors that are heavy-duty that go in. Okay, so just because your fence is 6 feet doesn't mean you can't go higher. So that mesh kind of blends into the sky. It's not really, so it's just vegetation. Your neighbors probably shouldn't complain. So we're up about 9 feet to the top of those green stakes from the ground, and it's only mid-April, so they could go higher, but and also here. So once your tomatoes are getting too tall, I stopped cutting these little sprouts that come out. These are called suckers on your tomatoes. So if you wanted to get more bushy, just leave those on. I've been trimming these little suckers off, but I'm gonna get rid of this one. These are good scissors. These got a nice curve to them, so you can get in there at different angles. I've had these for a couple years. They have titanium blades. They're real nice for getting in here to do this little stuff. And I'll put a link down below where you can get these. But you can see tons of tomatoes on this one, all forming. Down here those are looking, so that's, I'm getting some fruit. So this is a different type. This one's not growing so lengthy. So it's not, you can see it's not as tall. This is a different type of tomato. Cherry tomato, sun gold. This is the wild cherry, and it's just a little more lengthy compared to the sun gold's more dense and stockier stalks. So if you want something that's a little shorter, okay, you want to cut these things off too. You want to always cut off some of that, any dead stuff that's low to the ground. The fungus can start taking over. So you can see I got these tied up probably every 16 inches. So and then I'll tie it. If you can see up here, I'll tie it as high. In fact, I'm going to do that again. So as these grow, I want to go up as high as I can and reconnect these. Now this is something I don't recommend. Let me show you something. Don't use these zip ties, because what will happen is you'll choke the plant. And I'm going to try to cut that off. I might have to get different cutters for that, but anyway. So you don't want to do zip ties because the plants are always going to get bigger, and that's not good. It's like a real tight belt. Those are those little zip ties. So don't use those, and I don't really recommend the string because it's just kind of hard to deal with sometimes. So let me show you something else. Here's the zip tie. So unless you're going to leave them real loose. So anyway, let me show you something over here. Okay, we got these. This is the 100 feet twine. So it's got wire and it's green colored. So this is good stuff. So let's go ahead and cut this open. So this comes, you can see in the little pull thing, and as you pull it, it has the built-in cutters here, so you can just trim it off. It's kind of hard to do with one hand, right? But let me show you. Basically, once it slides into there, you just pinch this, and then it cuts it. Okay. Let's see if I can do this. Anyway, let's see if I can do this. Okay, so you got a little wire, cut it off. You want to cut these longer, but this essentially is going to wrap around, and then with your plant, and then you're going to twist it together. So, say you want this one, or anything, you just wrap around it and tie it to your, and twist it like a little twist tie, like you're tying up a bread loaf. So that's what I recommend, and don't do it too tight because, like I said, you could kind of choke it off. So cucumbers as well over here. Now these are interesting because you don't need, see these little arms? This thing will just hook, just let it hook up there. It has little arms and it just grabs. I really like these because you can just, as you go, come out here, just you want to guide it up there, because these will be looking to grab onto something. So let's see over here, this one might be able to grab. So just, you want to kind of guide them. They're not always going to be ready, but so got a lot of cucumbers growing. So this one's in a pot here. So I didn't have any room in the planter, so what I did is I raised a pot up, and in this 15-gallon container I have a lot of stuff. Now I kind of regret it because these things are going to get so big. Wish I had just the cucumber growing out of this one 15-gallon. But so you can see I'm guiding this as it grows, so it weaves in and out of this mesh. So that'll, and you always want some space in between, so you have, you know, things have some room to grow in between. So this is a good amount of space and well connected so you don't break anything. So that's about it. If you guys have any questions, I think I covered pretty much everything. So we'll be interested to see how big these get over the next few months. But if you guys want to stay tuned, go ahead and press subscribe. That way you won't miss any of the action or in any of the new videos. So we will see you guys on the next video, and thanks for watching. Bye bye.